The other part of this, building toughness and leadership. This one's sometimes hard to talk about. Everybody wants to do this, right? This is really hard to do. I think we kind of have a benefit at the Air Force Academy because us football coaches don't have to do a lot of that. It kind of comes inherent with the place. First of all, in recruiting, you can recruit tough kids. You can recruit leaders, right? If you're talking to a head coach and the head coach is talking about how hard of a worker this kid and he's the team captain and he's this or that, as opposed to something else that, oh, yeah, it was hard to get him to show up and, yeah, but he can run fast, you know, like that's, you got to make decisions there, right? Got to make decisions there. How many times did they transfer in high school? It's getting to be more and more, isn't it? A little bit of a red flag for us because when they transfer out of us, we're not getting anybody back. Everybody else around the country's losing a guy and getting a guy. There's no getting a guy for us, okay? So if they transfer out of us, we've lost them for good. The academy plays a pretty good role in this from an admission standpoint. They take care of a lot of this stuff. You know, if you have to do an interview process with your local congressman to get into our school, that matters, right? That counts for something. Not everybody across the country gets to go through this process and kind of use congressional people to help you with your process here. Basic training. That's going to create somebody that's pretty tough, right? If you walk in the door and you quit on the day one, well, that's fine, you're out. Okay, but if you can get through 5.5 weeks of basic training, you're probably going to be a pretty tough little cookie, which means I can probably count on you on fourth down. I could probably count on you in the fourth quarter. That just goes with it, right? You're going to play with experienced players. We've got a prep school on our campus. That's kind of our red shirt program. We're going to be a developmental program. We don't have very many guys that are playing as freshmen and sophomores. Okay, and that's, if they're the best ones, they're going to play. But if we're doing our jobs, we're probably recruiting a guy, retaining a guy, developing a guy, and letting him play as a fourth or fifth year guy. Like that's just us. You're going to have more experienced players. They're going to be tougher because they've been through more, and you're going to be a better football team. So we're going to play with more experienced players. How does a normal university do this? I've never been in a normal university, so I ask this question to a lot of people. It's hard to create. It's hard to create, right? We've got guys bringing in military people to come run a boot camp at their school for a couple of days, but it's not for 5 weeks, and it's certainly not their entire freshman year like our guys have to. You can take your team away to a team camp, try and create it. I think those are all good ideas, okay? But at some point, you have to challenge them and challenge their toughness and make it really hard. You have to make it really hard. Otherwise, they never know how to handle hard until it's too late. I was on the phone with a recruit the other day, and I said, just tell me who you are. Like, what do you like? And he's talking to me. He said, Coach, I really like doing hard things. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's our guy. That's our guy. A guy that can't wait to do something hard. That's going to be a good football player. And maybe he's not as talented as the guy next to him over here, okay, but that's going to be a guy I can trust. So how do you guys create that? Going to the next thing. Kind of in this talk, I wanted to give you guys as many things as I could that take with you. So I'm going to answer a bunch of other questions here, too, that people constantly ask me about. How do you get ready for a game? Like, what's your weekly preparation, right? After you know who you are, you got to go execute it, right? You got to implement it. How do you do that? Fall camp on a weekly game plan, whatever it is. Okay, for us, for fall camp, everything goes in day one. And that didn't always used to be the case. We used to put this package in and then put this package in 3 days later and kind of build it up. At the end of the day, we kind of realized if we put it all in day one, that means they're hearing that 25 different times over the course of a month, right? Instead of waiting until the third week to put it in and they only get 4 days of practice at that one thing. If we can get a rep of every single play, every single day, we'd rather do that than get 100 reps today of this and 100 reps of this tomorrow. That's just our philosophy, okay? Wanted to share that with you. Okay, so in fall camp and spring ball, they're kind of identical for us. It's a 15-day practice schedule, and we kind of do the same thing. Obviously, from year to year, we're going to be a little bit different, but our general philosophy here is put it all in on day one. and then go rep it. Okay, and maybe there's some different tweaks. Maybe it's the next iteration of whatever that you do, the following weeks. Maybe you're going after a specific front in the next couple of weeks that, you add a few things. But in general, your whole stuff goes in right off the bat. That's us. Game week preparation, I'm going to get to that in a second because I got a graph for you. And then in a bye week or a bowl week, we kind of like to stick to that normal 4-day week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday practice, then a walkthrough. If we've got extra days, now I start trying to create the game. Okay, so put the game plan in, do our normal preparation, and now I've got an extra 2 days in between. All right, now we're going to go play. Like, we're going to kick it off, and we're going to go do the first drive. We're going to go do a 2-minute drill. We're going to try and create as many situations that I can to make it look like a game, right? Bowl week's great for that, right? Bye weeks are great for that. We normally have a bye week before our Army and Navy games. Those are there for a reason because we want to try and play the game. Okay, and there's a couple of different simulations there that you can see that it's not rocket science. Okay, go ahead and go to the next one for me. So this is what we do on a weekly practice week. Okay, if you guys want to take a picture of that, go ahead. That's not just us. Can you guys even see it? It's a little blurry. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the left side over there. Monday's our helmets day. Okay, Tuesday's our pads day. Wednesday's our shells day, and then Thursday's a helmets day again. We're only going to do good on good against the defense, that far right column on pads days, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Okay, and there's not a lot. I know that's different from a lot of other people. There's not a lot our defense gets out of going against us, just to be frank, right? We are going to get some good inside drill work. We do have a drop back, conventional third down, kind of thing that we'll do on, for 2-minute drill in the drop back game that's good for our defense to see the speed of the game come at them. Okay, so on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you get a little bit of that. Okay, but here's what we do on our team versus scouts sections. When we're going during the week, okay, we're going to go team versus scouts, and we're going to get like 3 good blocks, okay, where we've got a chance to go against our scout teams. On Tuesday, we're going to do a couple, and I'm going to show you some of these too. But we're going to do a bunch of half-line stuff. Okay, we like to split the team in half and go half one way, half this way, and get a bunch of reps. I know that's not something a lot of other people can do as well, just because we've got a few extra numbers. But we like to split it up into half and do some half-line stuff. We also like to take our number one play, our fullback dive play, and get as many reps of that in a given week as we can get. Again, this might be a little bit different, but when it comes to knowing who you are, our number one play is going to be something that gets run over and over and over. And it's kind of one of those, like, we're going to run it till you stop it kind of things. Everybody knows it's coming, but can you stop it, right? And we think we're better at executing it than anybody else could be at defending it. Okay, so we were playing Baylor a couple years ago in the bowl game. The last 26 plays of the game, we ran fullback dive. About 5 different versions, formation, whatever, but we ran the exact same play 26 straight times to finish it off. Okay, and if we're running 70 plays in a game and I'm calling that play 15 to 20 times, we're probably on track. If it's over 20 times, that means you just got your ass whooped. That's just it. But we're going to practice that, right? And we do that. We're going to go half line to the right, half line to the left. It's a 5-minute period, and that's 36 reps for us. When you're getting 36 reps in a 5-minute period, you guys are getting better, right? You can talk about anything you want. You can walk through whatever you want. At some point, you got to go do it with pads on. And that's kind of a philosophy of ours. Is the next slide? There we go. Okay, so here's part of practice right here. We're going to find a way to do this drill, which is just our O-line and our fullback. Okay, as many different ways in a 5-minute period that we can go get as many reps as we can with just those people, right? You can just let all these just kind of run. You don't need to stop it. That's our head coach making handoffs, by the way. He still likes to be a ball coach. He is actually our fullback's coach. He meets with them. He watches film with them. He grades them. He wants to coach ball. And he's an ex-quarterback at the Air Force Academy, so he wants to get back there and hand it off, too. He just doesn't want to take the snap and break a finger. But he wants to get in there and do this. We're going to do this every single Tuesday and Wednesday, right? Every single time we run zone, every time we run trap, every single scheme that we have where I don't need a tight end or a wing or a slot or anything like that, we're going to get back there and run that as many times as we can. Then you're going to get to this drill. This is normal inside drill, right? Now I've got a tight end in there. I've got a wing in there. Everybody's doing this one. part of the efficiency part of this is, for us, we like to take the defense, put one defense out there for 5 plays in a row, run 5 different plays at it. Let the scout team kind of get into one spot, and we'll rip it off a whole lot faster. All right, here's our fullback dive play right here. Half line to the left, half line to the right. And here it comes, just over and over and over. You can see I'm trying to do different things with this drill too. This is my quarterback making miss drill on the edge. So they hand this thing off, and then they get another ball, and they got to come at me and see if they can make me miss a little bit. That's where I got to be careful. Quarterback ran me over the other day, and they put it on the highlight film before the game, got everybody all excited. So half line, we're going to get a bunch of half line work. So people talk about, how do you prepare? How do you go execute it? For us, it's reps. And again, we're not out there very long. It's a 90-minute practice. We're going to get as many reps as we can get, right? So while that half line was going on to the left, this one's going on at the exact same time. Same play, over and over and over. Okay, whatever fronts we think we're going to get that week, our O-line coach will put that together. And in a 5-minute period, we're getting 16 reps to the right, 16 reps to the left. All right, this is our half-line drill, and now it's all perimeter stuff. Okay, so we're going to take, if you can kind of see, this is the part that's going out towards the middle of the field. There's another half-line that's going in towards the goal line. And this is the one I script that's all perimeter stuff, right? All of our different options. This is about a 15 to 17-minute period. We're going to get about 36 reps on each side. Okay, so about 70 to 76 reps in a 15-minute period here doing our half-line stuff from an option perspective. Okay, so I'm going to do all of our tackle over unbalanced stuff, but this is the stuff where you don't have a pulling guard, right? You're not running power, you're not running trap, right? You're just running your one-sided plays. Double options, triple options, tosses, stuff like that. Okay, the scheme here isn't the important part. It's the, how do you organize practice, right, to get reps as fast as you can, as many as you can, without killing somebody, right, because you've got to manage volume. Okay, but how do you go about doing that, right? So you can take this side right here, and you can move them all the way around either hashes, but this side's going to go to the left. Our O-line coach and our running backs coach take this side. I take the other side, and we see how fast we can peel them off. The good thing about this is constant development with your younger players. And again, I realize we have a little bit more depth than somebody else. But we've got guys on Mondays and Tuesdays, like I'm practicing 5 quarterbacks in a given week. Okay, so I've got only 3 are traveling. Okay, but number 4 and number 5 are probably young guys that by the time they are juniors, they've had so many reps, like now they're the ones I'm backing off of, right? But when you talk about player development, see how many reps you can get of them doing your stuff. If you want to go forward a couple of clips to the other side. Yeah, keep going. There you go. So now we're on the other side of the half line at the exact same time. This is my drill I'm running. Again, we're on the left hash, middle, right hash. Now you can use the whole field to get everything accomplished you want to get accomplished. All right. Go ahead and keep going all the way to the next slide.